name is Christy Sherman, and I am the Executive Director of the Richmond Hill Convention and Visitors Bureau. What led me to this position was I've been involved in Richmond Hill for about the past 8 years through various projects. I am the president of the local historical society, and we worked closely with the Visitors Bureau on the driving tour of Richmond Hill, which is called the Coastal Brine Heritage Trail. I also worked at Fort McAllister State Historic Park, which really serves as a visitor center for Richmond Hill. So it was kind of a natural fit to go into my new position as Executive Director of the Visitors Bureau. Tourism and community development go hand in hand. In 2012, the Georgia Department of Economic Development reported that tourists spent about $38 million in Bryan County. So that gives each resident of Bryan County about a $223 tax relief per household. So when tourists come to our area, they spend tax dollars, which in turn improves the lifestyle of local residents. There are a lot of opportunities I have in mind for increasing tourism in our community. My passion is heritage tourism. We have a lot of historical resources here, such as the Richmond Hill Museum, which houses a lot of artifacts and information on anything from the Wally Indians to the rice planters that were here, the Ford era, the Civil War. And then we also have Fort McAllister State Historic Park, which is where General Sherman ended his march to the sea. So that's a very important historic site that people can visit. I mentioned the Coastal Brine Heritage Trail, which takes you to about 30 historical sites, which really brings you closer to our history here. In addition to historical sites, we also have a lot of natural resources. We're on the Great Ogeechee River, which is the 4th largest river in Georgia. So I see a lot of opportunities for tourism on the river, such as eco cruises to view all the wildlife there, maybe some dinner cruises, wine cruises. And then we also have kayaking, canoeing, boating out to some of the barrier islands. So we're pretty unique. We have all the historical sites plus the natural resources. It's important for business owners to realize that one thing that does make our community so unique is that we don't have a mall, we don't have big box stores or chain restaurants, but what we do have are locally owned shopping and restaurants. And when I send visitors to your location, that's what's going to make their experience unique, is that personal hands-on service. So I hope that people will really value that and appreciate that. So I would just encourage our local residents to get out and explore some of the sites that we have that you may not have been to in a while. We have J.F. Gregory Park, we have the Richmond Hill Museum, Fort McAllister State Historic Park, the Ogeechee River, we have the Coastal Brine Heritage Trail, not to mention all the local boutique shopping and wonderful restaurants we have. So get out there and explore, and if you are hosting an out-of-town family member or friend, stop by the Visitors Bureau or the museum to pick up some information on how we can make their visit great.